Now moving on to a deeply important discussion about accessibility in software development. It's a critical issue often overlooked, and many companies still struggle to fully accommodate disabled users digitally. In fact, numerous digital platforms remain inaccessible, causing frustration and exclusion from many potential users. This underscores the importance of integrating accessibility into the core of our development practices. Software development gives us the power to make the world more accessible. Our next speaker, Owen McGeer, founder and software developer of Switchify, has first-hand experience of navigating and addressing these challenges. I will hand over to Owen.
Hello Beltec. It's genuinely good to be here. When I received the invitation to speak, I was certainly pleased, though perhaps a little daunted. What could I, a developer from Donegal focused on Android accessibility, really offer to this audience? You're at the cutting edge, building the future. My work often involves adapting existing things to be more accessible. But then I considered, perhaps that perspective itself has value. Because I'm here to talk about a viewpoint that's often less visible in our industry, that of the user who doesn't quite fit the standard profile, the user who encounters friction with assumptions in design, the user for whom interaction isn't always seamless. My name is Owen McGeer, and I have cerebral palsy. I'm a software developer, and I'm also a dedicated user of assistive technology. My reliance on switch access profoundly shapes how I view software. It forces a confrontation with the inherent biases and subtle exclusions that can unfortunately make technology a barrier rather than the bridge it should be. Now, before I go further, you might notice how I'm delivering this talk. As a nonverbal person, presenting live requires some creative solutions. So, I built this application specifically for today. It simply displays each paragraph of my talk and uses text-to-speech. Honestly, managing a standard PowerPoint presentation with my Switch setup seemed like an unnecessary complication. So, I did what developers often do when faced with a barrier: I built the tool I needed. And that really illustrates a core point of this talk: identifying challenges, particularly around accessibility, and having the capability and drive to build your own solutions. And speaking of tools that help overcome barriers, I should acknowledge that AI assisted me in drafting parts of this talk. I don't see that as unfair. AI was created precisely to help people with tasks like writing, allowing us to focus on the core message. Today, I want to share some lessons learned from that experience. I want to discuss how developing software with a disability, as both a developer and a user, has offered valuable insights into new possibilities, approaches, and ways to build software that is both functional and truly inclusive. Let's talk about building a more accessible future together. As a developer, my process involves using various adaptive technologies for tasks that might appear straightforward for others. My head switch, for instance, allows me to control my computer using precise head movements. It translates small movements into mouse clicks and keyboard commands. It has fundamentally changed how I interact with software. There's definitely a learning curve. Avoiding accidentally closing windows with an enthusiastic nod takes practice, but this tool empowers me to work effectively and stands as a testament to the ingenuity and potential of accessible technology. Whoever invented it deserves a generous pour of good Irish whiskey. Through these experiences, marked by both frustration and progress, I've come to deeply understand the critical importance of designing applications that are inclusive and cater to the needs of all users. It's about more than checking boxes. It requires fundamentally rethinking how we design and build software from the ground up. And let's acknowledge, the technology industry has made significant strides towards inclusivity in recent years. There's more awareness, more discussion, and more tools available. Yet, a noticeable gap persists between the experiences of disabled and non-disabled individuals. It can sometimes feel like being invited to the party but finding the entrance still difficult to navigate. In this talk, I want to delve into these differences, shedding light on both the challenges and, importantly, the opportunities within the tech sector. By sharing personal experiences and insights, I hope to foster greater understanding and encourage the adoption of innovative solutions that genuinely prioritize accessibility. Because ultimately, a more accessible world is simply a better world for everyone. So, how did I arrive at this point? My software development journey began with iOS. One early project was Say It, an app designed to assist users with speech difficulties. I dedicated several years to it, starting in college, overcoming numerous technical challenges and constantly refining features for accessibility and usability. After some time, I made the difficult decision to discontinue Say It. It wasn't easy, but it stemmed from a desire to focus on projects with potentially broader impact on a different platform. In fact, I used iOS and its switch control feature for several years myself. It served its purpose well, but I eventually transitioned to Android, specifically once a little side project of mine became stable enough for daily use. The last couple of years have been quite transformative, filled with challenges but also rewarding outcomes that have shaped my path. AI has played a significant part in this. AI is, of course, a major topic of discussion, sparking both excitement and concern. For me, it has been remarkably helpful. It has made my coding process considerably more efficient, allowing me to focus more energy on creative problem solving and designing accessible solutions. It has helped overcome previous barriers and enabled me to deliver results more quickly. Regarding the concerns about AI, I understand them. The pace of change is rapid, and the implications are vast. It's not a magic wand. However, the benefits it offers for inclusivity and accessibility are, from my perspective, undeniable. It can make technology more adaptable for those who need it most. The key, naturally, is responsibility. We have a collective responsibility to ensure AI is developed and implemented ethically, with a clear focus on inclusivity and accessibility from the outset. As AI becomes more powerful, it's crucial that human values, empathy, fairness, inclusion, guide its development and application, ensuring equitable benefits. Consider Cursor, an impressive piece of software capable of generating app code rapidly. But it must be used responsibly. Knowing the origin and function of generated code is vital to prevent issues. Fundamentals like frequent commits and thorough code reviews become even more critical for maintaining standards when incorporating AI tools. As someone with cerebral palsy, the physical act of writing thousands of lines of code was demanding. AI helps streamline this, significantly enhancing my ability to translate ideas into reality. For instance, I use tools like Supermaven for Intelligent Tab to complete right within Android Studio, and I often have Cursor open alongside it with the same project, leveraging its capabilities. I'm not fond of the 10x developer label, but I deeply appreciate how these advancements have empowered me to create more impactful solutions. And it's not just about raw code generation. Just a couple of days ago, I needed to implement a database feature using Android X Rooms, something I hadn't used before. A quick back and forth with Claude AI, actually via T3 chat, helped me understand the concepts, write the necessary code, and ship the working feature within just a few hours. That kind of rapid learning and implementation just wasn't possible before. Through perseverance, adaptation, and now AI-assisted innovation, I'm better equipped to overcome obstacles and build inclusive, effective software. But AI isn't the only tool. I also rely on other assistive technologies, like Grid 3. While often known for communication assistance, it also provides full computer control, making coding and development more accessible. Underpinning much of this is switch access. It's absolutely essential for me, offering an alternative input method tailored to my needs. At its core, it involves using a switch to navigate and select on-screen options. Its versatility allows for extensive customization, making it adaptable to a wide range of abilities. This brings me to what I'm currently pouring my energy into, Switchify for Android. Many people with motor impairments, like myself, rely on switch access to use their Android devices. This means using one or more external switches, buttons, sensors, even facial gestures, to control the entire device. While Android has a built-in switch access service, Switchify replaces it entirely, offering a significantly more powerful and customizable alternative. It provides a more intuitive interface, advanced scanning options, and far greater control over how switches are mapped to actions. It's designed to empower Switch users to interact more seamlessly with their devices and get the most out of the Android ecosystem. It's built with the needs of real Switch users in mind, and I hope it can make a real difference in their lives. Initially, I made Switchify open source, hoping to foster community contribution. However, as the project grew in complexity and demanded more focused development effort, I made the decision to take it private to better manage its direction and sustainability. This whole endeavor is driven by the desire to make technology more inclusive, ensuring individuals with disabilities have tools that genuinely meet their needs. Developing Switchify in Kotlin has been an incredible learning journey. Accessibility wasn't an afterthought, it was the foundation. Every design choice, every line of code, is considered through the lens of accessibility and user-centered design. This commitment stems from seeing too many users unable to access popular apps due to basic accessibility oversights. That frustration fuels my advocacy for more inclusive design practices every day. Because, let's be clear, as developers, as people in this room, we hold the power to create change. We build the technology that shapes how people interact with the world. Prioritizing accessibility isn't just a nice to have, it genuinely transforms lives and fosters real inclusivity. You, this audience, are passionate about creating solutions that make a difference. By embracing accessibility, we ensure our innovations reach and benefit the widest possible audience, breaking down barriers. This commitment is about truly understanding and addressing the needs of all users, making technology a force for good. My work with Switchify aims to embody these principles, striving to make technology more accessible and empowering for everyone. As I continue developing Switchify, my goal extends beyond just the app. I aim to partner with other developers, designers, and organizations to raise awareness about the vital importance of accessible technology. By sharing insights and collaborating on best practices, we can collectively push innovation towards truly inclusive solutions. It's imperative we advocate for accessibility as a core, non-negotiable part of the development lifecycle. Together, we can inspire change and pave the way for a more equitable technological landscape. Think about web standards and native UI elements. They exist for good reason, to ensure accessibility and usability across diverse user needs. They are crucial tools for inclusive design. Following these standards isn't about stifling creativity, it's about building a solid foundation for an accessible digital environment. These elements are designed to work seamlessly with assistive technologies, providing a consistent and predictable user experience. So, my appeal to you today is this: please carry these principles into your future projects and collaborations. Prioritize accessibility from the very beginning. By doing so, we create technology that is not only powerful but also impactful and inclusive for all users. Let's commit to a future where every technological advancement serves to enhance the lives of all individuals, ensuring everyone can harness the power of technology without barriers. This isn't a niche concern. A significant portion of the population will experience disability, temporary or permanent, at some point. We must acknowledge this reality and implement strategies for inclusive technology. Recognizing diverse user needs leads to technology that serves everyone better. This requires a commitment to universal design, creating products usable by all people, to the greatest extent possible, without needing adaptation. Incorporating accessibility from the outset is not only ethically sound but also makes good practical sense. It broadens product reach, opens new markets, and often results in better, more intuitive user experiences for everyone. Designing for accessibility frequently drives innovation through simplification and clarification. Therefore, it's essential that we advocate for and implement accessibility standards rigorously. Let's strive to develop technologies that empower all users, enabling them to navigate the digital world with confidence. Let's foster an environment where technology acts as an enabler, breaking down barriers and providing equal opportunities. Let's work together to make inclusivity the cornerstone of our technological advancements, ensuring a brighter, more equitable future for everyone. This is our collective responsibility, our shared challenge, and our path forward. If you're interested in learning more about the project I mentioned, You can find it at switchifyapp.com. And please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'd welcome the conversation. Thank you.
I think if there's one key takeaway from Owen's talk, it is, I'm going to quote him, it's that accessibility should be the foundation, not an afterthought. And I have to say, Owen really embodies the philosophy of if you want something done right, then do it yourself. Thank you, Owen, for making the trip.